Are there signs that your third eye is starting to open? This isn't just any question, it's an invitation to step into a world of profound and mysterious spiritual experiences. The third eye, or Ajna chakra, is the center of intuition, perception beyond the senses and a bridge between the physical and the unseen realms. When it begins to awaken, you don't just notice a shift in emotions or thoughts. You may encounter phenomena so unusual they defy ordinary logic. Have you ever seen flashes of light with your eyes closed? Felt like you knew something was about to happen? Or even heard sounds with no clear source? Don't dismiss these as illusions. It's possible, just possible, that your third eye is quietly opening. And when it does, your life will never be the same. Vivid dreams, sharper intuitions, strange vibrations in the air, all these may start to emerge. In this video, we'll explore 11 strange phenomena you might experience as your third eye awakens. Signs that may surprise you but could be the key to unlocking a deeper journey of self-discovery and connection to the universe's hidden depths. Join us as we uncover these mystical clues and see how they might transform your path. The third eye gives us an interconnectedness between our spiritual and physical self. It is known as the seventh chakra, located in the middle of the forehead, closely associated with the pineal gland. It governs intuition, sleep, telepathy, awareness, and much more. It is a spiritual sign that represents a base to conquer odds and challenges by tapping into our inner wisdom. When fully developed, it links around you, aside from the physical, connecting body, soul, and spirit, interconnecting and giving you much more the universe has to offer. The third eye opens naturally and gradually, usually by constant meditation. 1. Increased pressure in your temples. Have you ever felt a strange sensation of pressure right in the middle of your forehead or around your temples, like something is gently pressing from within? Not quite a headache, not quite pain, but undeniably there? That's one of the most common and telling signs that your third eye may be starting to open. At first, this pressure is subtle. You might even dismiss it as tension or fatigue. But as time passes, it becomes more distinct, sometimes resembling a rhythmic pulsation, like a soft thumping or tingling right between your eyebrows. This isn't random. It's a direct energetic signal that your pineal gland, the tiny endocrine gland often linked to spiritual awakening, is being stimulated and activated. This sensation is not something to be feared. In fact, it's one of the most sacred and powerful bodily signs of inner evolution. Many spiritual practitioners describe this as a gentle knock at the door of higher consciousness. The body is wise, and it speaks in subtle ways. That pressure, you feel, it's your energy rising, your awareness stretching beyond its normal limits, and your Ajna chakra, or third eye chakra, preparing to awaken fully. Sometimes the pressure can be accompanied by warmth or even a magnetic pull in the center of the forehead. At other times, it may feel like a buzzing or electric hum. This isn't your imagination, it's energy. And your pineal gland, often referred to as the seat of the soul, is expanding to accommodate higher frequencies of consciousness. The key here is not to resist, don't be alarmed. Instead, observe the sensation mindfully. Breathe into it. Stay present. This is your body letting you know that change is happening on a deep, energetic level. The pressure in your temples is not just a physical symptom. It's an invitation, a signpost on the road to awakening. And if you're feeling it, it means you're already on the journey. 2. Increased awareness as your third eye begins to awaken. One of the most profound shifts you'll notice is a heightened sense of awareness, not just of your surroundings, but of everything. This awareness is quiet, gentle, and often subtle at first. But soon, it becomes undeniable. You begin to feel things before they happen. You sense energies in rooms, people's emotions, and even the hidden intentions behind their words. You may walk into a space and immediately know whether something is off, even if everyone around you seems cheerful. Your intuition becomes sharper, like an inner compass guiding you away from what doesn't serve your higher self and toward what aligns with your soul's purpose. This awareness isn't based on logic. You won't always be able to explain why you feel something. You just do. You'll receive sudden nudges to take a different route, cancel a meeting, or reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in years. And more often than not, you'll find that following those intuitive insights leads to synchronicities and protection from things you couldn't have predicted otherwise. You also begin to notice patterns in conversations, dreams, even in nature, the birds, the wind, a random song lyric. Everything seems to carry a message. Your reality becomes alive with signs, and your mind starts connecting the dots in a way it never did before. This isn't coincidence. It's a shift in conscious perception. As your third eye opens, your inner world and the outer world begin to merge. You start seeing the unseen, knowing the unknowable. You become the observer of your own mind, watching your thoughts arise and fade without being attached to them. The beauty of this increased awareness is that it's not overwhelming. It's empowering. It gives you insight, clarity, and a deeper connection with your purpose. You no longer operate solely from instinct or habit. You begin to move through life with intention, guided by an inner wisdom that feels both ancient and new. And once this door of awareness opens, it rarely closes again. 3. Headaches. One of the most commonly reported and often misunderstood signs that your third eye is beginning to open is the sudden onset of headaches, particularly around the forehead or the crown of the head. These aren't your usual stress or tension headaches. They feel different. Sometimes it's like a band of energy wrapping around your temples, or a pressure that builds up behind your eyes. At other times, it's a pulsating sensation that seems to originate from deep within your brain. What's actually happening during these moments is something truly powerful. These headaches are often the byproduct of energetic activation, especially the activation of the pineal gland and the kundalini energy that lies coiled at the base of your spine. In most people, kundalini remains dormant their entire lives. But once spiritual awakening begins, this energy slowly begins to rise through your chakras, eventually reaching the third eye. As it moves upward, it purifies and activates each energy center. By the time it reaches the sixth chakra, the third eye, the intensity can manifest as pressure, heat, or headaches as your energy field expands beyond its usual limits. It's important not to panic or seek to immediately fix these headaches. Instead, honor them as spiritual growing pains. Think of it like a muscle being stretched after years of disuse. A little discomfort is natural. Your consciousness is literally being rewired. New neural pathways are being formed. Your intuitive capacities are waking up. That said, it's still wise to take care of yourself physically. Stay hydrated, rest when needed, and reduce overstimulation, especially from screens or artificial lights. Many people also find relief through grounding techniques like walking barefoot on natural ground, breathwork, or meditation. The key takeaway: these headaches are not random. They are a signal of transformation. Your inner world is expanding to match the new level of awareness your soul is stepping into. Rather than resisting, breathe into them. Listen to what your body is trying to tell you and allow the process to unfold. Because after the pressure comes the clarity. 4. New perceptions. When your third eye begins to open, the world as you knew it starts to shift. Not in a dramatic, fantasy-like way, but in a deeper, more profound sense. You begin to experience new perceptions that change how you see yourself, others, and the world around you. It's like lifting a veil. Suddenly, things that used to feel important, social approval, material possessions, even long-held beliefs, begin to lose their grip on you. You start noticing what truly matters. You see people not just as roles, boss, friend, stranger, but as energy, as souls. You pick up on emotions, hidden motives, and truths behind their actions. Sometimes you even feel what they feel, as if their energy merges briefly with yours. You begin to see through illusions, the false narratives you once told yourself, the programming from society, the unspoken rules you followed out of habit. With your third eye awakening, clarity becomes your new lens. You don't just see with your physical eyes anymore. You perceive with your inner vision, and that changes everything. Your values begin to evolve. You may become more drawn to simplicity, nature, or solitude. You begin to crave authenticity over appearance, experience over achievement, meaning over status. The inner you begins to align with your outer life, and this realignment may cause you to walk away from relationships, jobs or lifestyles that no longer match your vibration. This phase can feel disorienting, but also incredibly liberating. You might feel more emotional or introspective. You may go through phases of questioning everything, your beliefs, your purpose, even your own identity. This is not regression, it's awakening. Your perceptions are not just shifting, they're expanding. You're beginning to recognize patterns in life, synchronicities and signs from the universe. You see how everything is connected and that nothing is truly random. Most importantly, you start seeing yourself differently, not as someone broken or searching, but as a being of light, learning, evolving, and remembering who you really are. This is perception beyond sight. This is the vision of the third eye. 5. Practice conscious eating. As your third eye begins to open, your relationship with food starts to transform. What once was automatic, eating on the go, grabbing fast food, or snacking mindlessly, slowly becomes intentional, mindful, and even sacred. You begin to practice conscious eating, not because someone told you to, but because your body and spirit start to demand it. You might find that certain foods no longer appeal to you. Heavy, processed, or artificial foods may leave you feeling sluggish, disconnected, or energetically off. In contrast, fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and plant-based meals seem to nourish not just your body, but your soul. You start to intuitively understand that food is more than just fuel, it's energy. Every bite you take carries a vibration, and you begin to seek out foods that raise your vibration rather than dull it. This shift isn't driven by diet culture or restriction. It's a natural consequence of heightened sensitivity. With your third eye activating, your entire energy system becomes more refined. You begin to feel the energy of what you consume. You might become more curious about where your food comes from, how it's prepared, or the intention behind it. You also begin to notice how food affects your mind. Sugary, greasy, or chemically altered foods can cloud your thoughts or dampen your intuition. In contrast, high vibrational foods like leafy greens, berries, nuts, and herbal teas seem to clear mental fog, enhance clarity, and support your inner vision. Eating becomes an act of connection. You become grateful for the earth's abundance, the sunlight that grew your food, the people who harvested it, and the energy it now provides you. Even small acts, like chewing slowly or blessing your food, begin to feel deeply meaningful. This is what it means to eat consciously, to recognize that everything you consume either nourishes your awakening or pulls you away from it, and as your third eye continues to open, you'll find that your body knows exactly what it needs. You just have to listen. 6. Increased sensitivity to light and sound. As your third eye opens, one of the most unexpected, yet telling, signs is your heightened sensitivity to light and sound. What used to seem normal or barely noticeable can suddenly become overwhelming. Bright lights might feel too intense. Flickering fluorescent bulbs may irritate your eyes. Loud, jarring sounds can feel like they're echoing through your entire nervous system. This isn't a sign that something is wrong. In fact, it means something deeply right is happening. Your subtle senses, the ones often dormant in most people, are beginning to wake up. Your third eye governs your extrasensory perception. As it opens, your energy field becomes more refined and perceptive. You're no longer just using your 5 physical senses. You're tuning in to the energetic frequencies beneath them. That's why you might start noticing colors appearing more vibrant, or light having an almost texture to it. Sunlight might feel like it's bathing you in information. Moonlight might stir something ancient in your memory. Likewise, sound begins to affect you on a deeper level. Music can move you to tears or transport you to other realms. Nature sounds, the rustling of trees, birdsong, rainfall, feel grounding and deeply calming. Conversely, artificial or chaotic noise can feel disruptive or even physically painful. These changes can make you more sensitive in daily life, but they also open the door to deeper connection. As you become attuned to subtle vibrations, you may begin to pick up on things others miss. The emotional undertone in someone's voice, the resonance of a certain room, or even messages hidden within sound and light itself. Meditation and time in nature can help you integrate these heightened perceptions. You might also feel drawn to sound healing, crystal bowls, chanting, or tuning forks, tools that work with vibrational energy to harmonize your senses. This increased sensitivity is not a weakness, it's a sign of awakening. You are beginning to perceive the world not only with your physical body, but with your energy body. And once you start hearing the universe, it begins to speak back. 7. You begin to see clear and vivid dreams. One of the most beautiful and mind-expanding signs of a third eye awakening is the arrival of clear, vivid, and deeply meaningful dreams. These dreams go far beyond the usual random stories your brain pieces together during sleep. Instead, they begin to feel like messages, like visions, like something more. You may notice that your dreams become more colorful, more emotionally intense, and much easier to remember. Sometimes even days or weeks after they occur, you might wake up feeling like you were somewhere else entirely, as if you'd traveled to another dimension or lived an entire lifetime while your body rested. This is because as your third eye activates, your pineal gland, which is closely linked to melatonin production and circadian rhythm, also begins to tap into its true spiritual function, acting as a portal between the physical world and higher planes of consciousness. In ancient spiritual traditions, vivid dreams were seen as visions from the soul or even from higher beings guiding your path. Now, with your third eye opening, your subconscious mind starts merging with your conscious awareness. You may begin to notice recurring symbols, animals, numbers, places, or meet spiritual guides, ancestors, or versions of yourself in dream form. Some dreams may even predict future events or give you clarity about challenges you're facing in waking life. Others may help you process emotional wounds you've buried or unresolved karma from past lives. The dream world becomes a mirror, not of your surface mind, but of your soul's deeper wisdom. You may also experience lucid dreaming, where you become aware that you're dreaming and gain the ability to control or direct the experience. This is a powerful tool for spiritual growth, healing, and self-exploration. It's a good idea to keep a dream journal near your bed. The more you write down, the more your mind strengthens its connection to this new dreamscape, and the more guidance you'll receive. Remember, when your third eye opens, you don't just see more during the day. You begin to awaken even while you sleep. 8. You see the real truth in things. When your third eye begins to open, a profound transformation happens. You start seeing the truth, not just what's on the surface, but what lies beneath it. This isn't just about spotting lies or deception from others. It's about perceiving the energetic reality of everything around you. It's about learning to see with your soul. You begin to realize that many of the things you once accepted as truth were simply programming. Beliefs passed down by family, culture, media, they start to fall away. And what takes their place is a raw, intuitive clarity. You can walk into a room and immediately sense the real emotional undercurrent, even if everyone is smiling. You know when someone's words don't match their energy. You can feel whether their intention is pure, even if their actions seem kind on the surface. This ability doesn't come from judgment, it comes from awareness. You're no longer looking with just your eyes, you're perceiving with your inner vision. You may even start to see the truth in your own life more clearly. The patterns you've repeated, the masks you've worn, the roles you've played, they begin to reveal themselves. And while this can be uncomfortable, it's also liberating. Because the truth doesn't bind you, it frees you. With this awakening, you also begin to understand why certain events happened the way they did. You begin to see the lessons hidden in your pain, the gifts buried in your challenges, and the purpose behind relationships that once confused or hurt you. You see the hidden architecture of your life unfolding with divine precision. This level of insight can feel isolating at first, because not everyone around you is seeing what you see. But over time, you learn that this vision isn't meant to divide you from others. It's meant to empower you, to help you navigate life with wisdom, compassion, and discernment. When your third eye opens, illusions dissolve, masks fall, and the light of truth becomes impossible to ignore. And once you see the truth, you can never unsee it. Tartan 9, you start thinking more deeply about the future. As your third eye continues to awaken, something subtle but powerful begins to shift within you. You start thinking differently about the future. It's no longer just about planning your next vacation, working toward a promotion, or saving for retirement. Suddenly, those things may still matter, but they're no longer enough. You begin asking bigger questions. Why am I here? What is my soul meant to do in this lifetime? What kind of future am I really building for myself and for the world? This shift in consciousness happens because your third eye brings you into contact with a broader view of time and reality. You're no longer limited to the short-term goals driven by fear, pressure, or social expectations. You start thinking in terms of soul growth, universal cycles, collective evolution, and your role in all of it. You may begin to feel a sense of urgency, not in a panicked way, but in a spiritually grounded way. You want to live with intention, not just exist. You want your life to matter, to make a difference, to leave a legacy beyond material success. You begin connecting the dots between your past, present, and future, realizing how every experience has prepared you for something greater. Some people even begin to sense glimpses of their future in visions, dreams, or intuitive flashes. You might not always understand them, but you'll feel the truth in them. This is your inner guidance system helping you align with your true path. You might also develop a fascination with the unknown, the cosmos, the soul's journey after death, the purpose of existence itself. You're no longer content with surface-level answers. You seek depth, meaning, and alignment. You begin to trust that you're being led toward a future that's not just planned, but divinely designed. Thinking about the future from this awakened place is not about fear. It's about responsibility and purpose. It's about living now in a way that honors what's coming next. Because once your third eye opens, the future isn't just something to fear or fantasize about. It becomes something you consciously co-create. 10. You begin to see unity in things. One of the most profound and life-changing effects of a third eye awakening is the growing realization that everything is connected. You begin to experience the world not as a collection of separate people, places, and things, but as a unified field of energy and consciousness. This is not just a philosophical idea. It becomes something you feel in your bones. You begin to see how every interaction, even the difficult ones, has a purpose. How each person who enters your life is either a mirror, a messenger, a teacher, or a student, and sometimes all at once. You begin to recognize that nothing is truly random. There is an invisible thread weaving through all things, and your third eye gives you the sight to follow it. Nature, for example, no longer feels like something out there. You feel its pulse within you. The wind, the trees, the ocean. They don't just calm you, they communicate with you. You start noticing how animals cross your path at the exact right moment, how the weather mirrors your inner state, how the cycles of the moon affect your mood. You realize that the external world is always reflecting the internal world. You also begin to dissolve the illusion of separation, not only between yourself and others, but between yourself and the divine. You no longer feel like a lone individual, fighting your way through life. Instead, you feel like a participant in a greater symphony, a co-creator within an intelligent universe. This awareness brings peace, compassion, and deep humility. You stop needing to win or prove anything. You stop judging others so quickly. You understand that we are all on different stages of the same journey. Waking up, remembering, returning to our source. You begin to understand the truth. Behind ancient teachings, we are one. And that unity is not just a spiritual concept. It's a lived experience, an inner knowing, a lens through which you now see the world. Once your third eye opens, you don't just see people or things anymore. You see the oneness behind them all. 11. You notice a lot of synchronicities and mirror numbers. As your third eye opens and your consciousness expands, you begin to step into a mysterious, magical rhythm of life, where things seem to align perfectly, almost too perfectly. Start noticing synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that are so precise, so timely, and so personal that they make you pause and wonder, was that really just chance? No, it wasn't. Synchronicities are how the universe speaks to you when you're finally ready to listen. These moments aren't random. They're signs, confirmation that you're on the right path, or gentle nudges when you're about to veer off course. The more awake your third eye becomes, the more you notice them. Running into someone right after thinking about them, hearing the same phrase from 3 different people in one day, or stumbling upon a book, post, or quote that speaks directly to your current struggle or question. And then there are the mirror numbers, also known as angel numbers or repeating number sequences. 1111, 2222, 333. You start seeing them everywhere. Clocks, license plates, receipts, billboards. At first it may feel like a game, but then it becomes clear. These numbers carry messages. Each number vibrates with its own frequency and meaning. 111 may signal alignment. 222 may suggest balance. 4444 could be a message of protection from your spirit guides. You're not going crazy. You're tuning in. These numbers are like cosmic breadcrumbs, left behind by your higher self, your guides, or the universe itself, helping you navigate a multi-dimensional path. With your third eye open, you begin to understand the language of energy. You realize that these signs are not happening to you. They are happening for you, and sometimes through you. You're part of a divine web of connection that spans across space and time. And the more you trust the signs, the more they show up. Because once your third eye is awakened, the universe doesn't whisper anymore. It speaks clearly. What did you think about today's video? Feel free to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If this video opened your mind or helped you see reality in a new light, don't forget to like and subscribe to Top Hidden Knowledge so you never miss our next deep dive into mystery, perception, and the hidden workings of our universe. And, if you have time, explore more videos on our channel. We're just getting started. Until next time, stay curious, stay aware, and never stop questioning the world around you.